Welcome to today's video on the chapter Evolution from HS second year, and here I will provide some effective ways to study NCERT tables representing evolutionary history. In the chapter Evolution from NCERT textbook, you must have come across these three diagrams. These are filled with important informations and they provide us a brief account of evolution of various plants and animals. You might at first find some difficulty in extracting the important informations from these diagrams, and I hope this video will help you to effectively study these three tables. Let us begin with the most simple one. This diagram provides a family tree of dinosaurs and also the modern day living counterparts. But what are the informations that we can get from this diagram? As you can see here, I have made out some simple points by studying this diagram. For example, Tyrannosaurus evolved from Brachiosaurus, which is evident from the diagram. Also, Triceratops evolved from Stegosaurus. If we study the diagram, we can also find out that Archaeopteryx came before Crocodilian and finally came Pteranodon. Although the lines of evolution of these three are different, but we can have an idea of the sequence in which they appeared on Earth. In a similar manner, you can make out other points from this diagram. So in this way, if you find it difficult to study this diagram or memorize this diagram in diagrammatic form, then you can convert it into statements or pointwise so that it becomes easy to study. These diagrams are really very important from both board and entrance point of view. Now let's move on to the next diagram, which is on the evolutionary history of vertebrates through different geological periods. Let us try to make some points by studying this diagram. The first point that is evident from this diagram is that an early ancestor of animals are the early reptiles. Moving upwards in the diagram, we see that the early reptiles are divided into the synapsids and the sauropsids. The sauropsids finally evolved into the modern day turtles, and another line evolved into lizards, snakes, tuatauros, and also thecodonts. Although thecodonts have become extinct, but they have evolved into crocodiles, dinosaurs, and birds. If we have a look on the other line of evolution, that is the line of evolution for synapsids, we see that many of them evolved into pelycosaurs and then into therapsids, and finally some of them became mammals. You can also see from the diagram that the various present-day counterparts, for example turtles, lizards, snakes, etc., have broken from the main line of evolution at different times of geological periods. But here I have not depicted the geological periods because I think learning the lineage of the evolution is enough from this diagram and the geological time periods are not much important. At last, let's move on to this final diagram on the brief account of evolution of plants through different geological periods. Here too, I have extracted certain points from this diagram and made this diagram easy to interpret. You can make many such points, but I have only given certain examples. Like the earliest ancestors of plants are chlorophytes. The two divisions of chlorophytes are bryophytes and tracheophytes. Moving upwards in the diagram, we again find that the tracheophytes are divided into the Rhynia type and the Zosterophyllum. Zosterophyllum again divided into arborescent lycopods and herbaceous lycopods. On the other hand, the Xylophyton have separately evolved into the Sphinopsids or horsetails, ferns, ginkgos, conifers, nettles, and progymnosperms. These progymnosperms, after evolving into seed ferns, have divided into dicotyledons and cycads. The monocotyledons appeared after dicotyledons, and at last came the angiosperms. If you know this sequence in this way, then if you are asked suppose that whether the monocotyledons are more evolved or dicotyledons, it won't be difficult for you to conclude that actually the monocotyledons are more evolved than the dicotyledons. In this way, you can extract many other similar points and note them down one by one so that it becomes easy for you to learn this diagram. In this diagram too, I have not paid much emphasis on the time periods as I think these are not much important to be memorized. So that was all about how you can transform these diagrams into simple points and memorize these diagrams easily. Finally, let's move on to the fact of the day. Brazil is the most biodiverse country, India being in the 10th position. That means in the whole world, Brazil is in the first position of biodiversity and our India is in the 10th position. So that was all for today's topic. If the video was beneficial, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe my channel to get more such videos on simple explanations of the topics included in HS syllabus. I will be back with another video. Thanks for watching.